we're walking in love if we use knowledge and discernment to approve what is excellent. Say, yeah, this is right. This is truth. And this is lies. Ladies and gentlemen, dogs and fleas, pull up a chair and sit on your knees. We have a story to tell you about that we are still learning about. Welcome to Talk the Walk. My name is Henry Moses.
And my name is Gabriel Moses. And we are super happy to be here. And thank you for joining the two of us, wherever you might be.
Just the two of us. We can make it to the end, just the two of us. Maybe. Think we can handle it? Two. Then there were two.
We can do this.
I feel like I can sing that a little bit better, too.
You did sing well. That was good tone.
All right. It wasn't bad. It was okay. Should I try again? Take two?
Should you choose?
No.
I'm like, you can if you want to. It's a good song, but I'm going to watch you do it.
Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you.
I actually played that for the
Will
kids the other
Smith
day.
version.
My little guy and I were riding in the truck the other day, and I did pull that up. And I was like,
It's a good song.
Play it.
It's a good song.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
It's going to always be there.
I saw a guy, this black guy that was listening to what was it? It was a Marky Mark song. You know who Marky Mark is, right?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, okay. So Mark Wahlberg, for those of you that don't know. But it was, God, what was the name?
I know there's only two of us in here, but are you talking to me?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking to the Holy Spirit. God, what was it? It was a, or I will attack and you don't want that. Yeah. Cool song. God, man. It's just not coming to me, but a really cool Marky Mark song. But it showed this black guy listening to it, and he was like, when you realize that this song is Mark Wahlberg, and his facial expressions were hilarious listening.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? Are you kidding me with this?
I mean, we could get into like people you thought were white or black singers versus what they are, which is like Adele. That was one that threw me off.
Yeah, right.
I always thought
she has
she
no
was
business
had
having
to be
voice.
No,
yeah,
I thought she had to be a black singer. Had to be.
Yeah.
And then I found out she was like
she got that kind of soul, that
British or something.
A
white British lady. I was like, no way.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
she does have that soul, that just intensity.
How we end up on this topic?
Mark, you started Will Smith. I don't know.
Anyway, good music, cool music.
I mean, just think.
See, that's what I was saying. You were bound and determined to have a topic to talk about. You just never know what's going to go whenever.
I know. I'm a big old fan of the chill talk. Anything should go.
Yeah, or some people call it a cold open. Who knows?
Cold open. Where it's Don't you think there's always these catchy names for stuff?
It's catchy.
Yeah.
It's chilly.
Cold open.
It's chilly.
Cold call.
Yeah.
Man.
Close call and a cold call.
No.
Hey, thankfully by the time this episode comes out, it'll be episodes and episodes since we went a couple weeks without having an episode come out, and people will maybe not be so mad at us by this.
Yes. We're
sorry.
That's
exciting. Yeah.
We're so sorry.
Yeah.
We've been doing not the best, but hey, you needed a break. You needed a break.
We did it for you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Let's gaslight the listener.
They're like, no, man, we count on this episode every week.
That's right.
And we don't know what to do without it. If that's true, go rate us right now. If you're thinking that in your head.
Dude, they're going to give us a 1-star.
No. There can only be 5, as in 5 stars.
I don't think that this is a good time to pitch.
Oh yeah, they're laughing. They're like, "God, man, we forgot how funny these guys are when they don't have Jared and Jenny, the two J's, keeping them reined in tight."
That's right. No, they're gone. They're not here today.
Yeah,
today.
And now y'all get to enjoy all the funny. So, you're putting in a office at your house. Is there a particular reason? So you've got this really cool kind of a sunroom type.
Yeah. It could be for anything, and I just found out it was an addition. So I'm putting a wall up to kind of close it off so that it could be an official office. But as you get to start to doing things, and when you have 6 kids and a wife, you kind of start going, I kind of like really want to have a spot that I could call my own, and this is it. I'm putting the wall up. This office and the living room are merged, so you barely even notice there's a difference in the 2 rooms, except that now I'm putting the wall up, and the wall is up with 2 French doors on it.
You know what's funny? There's a good group of people that don't even want to have walls up for our country. People definitely want walls up inside their house from their own family.
That is true.
Because boundaries aren't a bad thing.
You just wanted to go somewhere with this. Political.
I'm not even trying to go political, but it is kind of funny when you think about it. Like, if you live in a house with people, you understand the importance of walls. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Walls allow you to escape whatever you're trying to
this is my section. What's the old saying? Good fences make good neighbors. Don't they say that?
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
There's nothing wrong with it. I don't have a single problem with it.
Good fences make good dads and good husbands. You know, I need to escape you for a little bit so I can be a good dad and a good husband.
Oh, dude, I'm going to put a couch in my office. There will be a couch for thinking, sleeping, relaxing. I'm going to do Bible
chilling
studies.
Out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
More will. Okay. Yep. Yeah, true. That's not as good as the other one, but not bad.
But it's funny. It fits. It fits.
So I'm going to put this in here because I do have a lot of things that I'm working on, and I need to be able to think. I want to be able to think without distraction.
Does distraction have a name?
Yeah, I told you it has 7 names.
Yeah. That's funny.
6 children and a wife.
Finally,
Oh yeah. There's going to be
finally getting them walls up. They've been talking about it for a bit.
We'll all be together in the house 98% of the time, but 2% of the time, Daddy husband is going to his office. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you told me yesterday, I believe it was, that just when something annoying happens or frustrating, the wall's not even up yet.
It is up now.
Well, but then it wasn't.
It wasn't up then.
Just looking over and seeing it.
Just knowing it's
going up. Knowing it's going up.
Makes me feel better.
Would bring you peace.
It did. Last night, so like the door won't shut. The doors they're not set right yet. But there's some big old bean bags that we have that are in the office. And I just basically shut the doors and just laid on those bean bags and fell asleep for like 45 minutes. I was like, this is heaven. This is heaven.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in here and just think. I'm going to write down my notes. I got all my notebooks with all my ideas that I just want to do for me and all the things that I want to work toward and get better at. And you just need a space. Carrie, my wife, has her spot in our closet. There's a chair in there, and it's just her little spot. And she does her Bible studies in there. She journals in there. And I'm like,
it's like the farthest corner of the house.
Yep. Yeah, she wants to be away. Yep. And now I feel that.
You know what's funny? I'm the only person that lives in my house, and I still would like to have just a section that's dedicated strictly to study, strictly to thinking, strictly to, I have a little section in my bedroom it's a big bedroom.
It's dedicated.
And so it's isolated off, got a little bookshelf there, got my desk. But having a room where that's where you sit, study, think, dream, meditate, pray, spend time in prayer, all these types of things where but I was thinking about it. This room that we're in right now is in my house. And for whatever reason, I never think about bringing my books in here to read and just sit back and read.
Yeah, even though there's a desk right there.
Oh, there's a great table right in front of me that...
This is the podcast table, though. Yep. There's a desk right there. There's a desk in your corner here.
No.
That you could do that. Grandma's desk.
I could do it right here on the...
You could do it.
Right.
But psychologically, you just don't want to because it's not what this is about in here.
But it's peaceful. You have the stained glass up. You have a little prayer altar. We have a little podium.
So why don't you do it?
It's weird. I don't know. I just don't think about it. I think I'm going to start doing it.
In here?
Yeah. You walk in, it smells like a church. Have you noticed that? Because of the wood. Like an old church. The church pews.
Okay.
That smell. You know what smell I'm talking about.
Never.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I know the church.
You walk in here, it smells holy.
It feels holy. I don't know about the smell.
It does. Pay attention next time. Yeah. Yeah. Either holy or rosy. Because if the girls are in here before us.
Well, yeah.
Then it smells really.
So staying focused here. You're going to make this into your office?
No.
You're not.
Just saying.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a place to be able to. It's nice to have a place to be able to get off, and even in your own house where you live by yourself, you can do whatever you want to do, but you have distractions. I mean, you just have you glance up and you see something that makes you think about something else.
Being a big fan of psychology, you need a routine, and if you know what is it? If you walk into a room and you squeeze your hand every time you walk in the room in a way that hurts your hand, you won't like that room. But if you walk in a room thinking a good thought every single time you walk in that room, it's going to start to become that feeling of a happy place to go. It's just the same way. If you sit and study neat, amazing things in a spot over and over again, every time you step in there, it's going to probably trigger some creative thinking or some disciplinary thoughts that now I'm stepping into my zone. So I like the idea. I like it. To me, it is hard for me to grasp a little bit though. We got this big old house here. This is a pretty big house.
I need to put some stuff on the walls in here. That's for sure. It's kind of simple, plain.
You got a few crosses in Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
You got 3 crosses.
Big, really cool
4
picture.
crosses.
Yeah. Anyway, probably nobody cares about that.
But yeah. No, it's fun to get that wall.
But you said something about Caddyshack.
So the guy that's putting up the wall is also, he kills gophers. Because these little gophers dig in your yard and ruin your grass.
Okay.
And we have grass.
Yeah.
And the gopher digs up the ground underneath there and makes a mountain of fresh, fertile soil up on top of your pretty grass. And this guy is saying he can kill the gopher.
Oh, Mr. Burkhalter?
Mr. Burkhalter. Okay. Yeah, gopher be gone. That's his business. Okay. Gopher be gone. And he texted me earlier and he's like, hey, no, I forgot. I meant to ask you. You want me to do something about that?
Groundhog?
Whatever you want to call it. Squirrel, groundhog, gopher. I don't know. Whatever it is in there.
Gophers are in the water.
Anybody who has a gopher problem knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Whatever it is, it makes a pile of dirt on your yard, and you don't like that.
Okay.
I have 50, and I don't like it.
Go for it. Tell me about it.
And so he hits me up, and he's like, hey, you want me to get rid of your gopher for you?
Yeah, this sounds like Caddyshack.
And I said, well, look. I texted him back. I was like, man, I don't know, man. What's the guarantee? Because people in my neighborhood have tried to get rid of these little vermin, and you can't. You cannot.
They're just laughing at you.
Yeah. How do you get? We've tried traps and stuff. I didn't catch nothing. So I don't have.
What are you going to do with it if you caught it?
I'm not doing nothing. If I did catch it back then, I'm going to toss it in a dumpster, man.
Yeah.
He don't get a burial.
Oh, you got to shoot it.
If you catch it.
Take it out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. If you catch it in a trap and stuff.
Yeah, I was curious what you.
Oh. I don't know. I didn't think that far. Yeah. I just assumed.
Take it in, make a pet out of it.
I'll check back in a few days and he'll, be dead.
Yeah. Starve him and.
So, no, Jason says he can get rid of it. I said, well, what is the guarantee, what is the time, what's your success rate? And he's like, 100% because I guarantee it. I was like, ooh, that's what I wanted to hear. Now then, how long is your guarantee for? 5 days. I was like, okay. 5 days, that seems reasonable.
So for 5 days, you won't see one single gopher.
And if you do, I get exactly. That's why I was like, how are you going to guarantee? What if you kill one, but he's got buddies? They're going to come over and hang out
from the neighbor's yard, or
I don't know. So he said 5 days. I was like, So, I asked him how much is it and stuff. Anyway, just the thought of him getting rid of this little booger, because I'm not kidding, dude. There's like 10 or 15 piles of dirt in my nice lawn. Which, dude, it took a lot of work to get this lawn.
Why don't you just ask ChatGPT how to get rid of gophers?
It'll talk about feeding it this poison and gassing it and doing these traps, all this stuff. I already know what Chat is going to say. In the end,
so are you doing it?
Well, for $150 is what he said.
So you're going to give it a run?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I can still do it. Because honestly, truth be told, I'm like, do I even believe this could be solved? These boogers are indestructible. You can't kill them. They got friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're going to come from the neighbor's yard, from down the road.
Exactly. I guess so. I don't know if it's him or his friends. Either way, you still have a pile of dirt in your yard. Yeah. It gets old.
So they're burrowing up in your green grass, just tearing it up.
Yep. It's a nightmare. A never-ending nightmare. But to me, it comes with country living.
Yep.
On the flip side, no one ever drives around my neighborhood because it's secluded and isolated, and that's worth gophers, groundhogs, whatever they're called. And my kids won't get ran over.
So do you discern that he's speaking the truth?
It's not about that. He believes he is, of course. He might be. I don't know. I've never used this.
So your discernment says he is speaking the truth.
Who? Mr. Burkhalter? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet he is. If he kills the gopher, he got him.
Do you trust your discernment?
I'd say I trust my discernment.
Do you know what discernment is?
That magical ability to tell the future.
I don't think that's what it is.
There's a magic to discernment, man.
Huh?
There's a magic to discernment. Like, it's like a magical trick almost. Like, obviously, it's the spirit. You're hoping it's the spirit. But discernment, to me, I'm like, so I'm supposed to have this magical ability to tell that something is good versus not good. Should I go left or right? I don't know.
So, on that note,
well,
that's what we're going to talk about today. Discernment.
Well, la-ti-da.
What a shock.
La-ti-da, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about discernment.
You know what's funny about discernment? It's one of those words that you say it, and you know what you're talking about when you say it.
Yeah, but you cannot define it. Is that where you're going with this?
That's what,
I agree.
When you go to put it into words.
How do you put that in words? Discernment.
I do because Logos has AI.
But before we go to the real answer, what would you have said? Let's back it up.
How would I have described discernment?
Yeah.
I would have said being able to tell if someone's being honest and good, what they're saying is true, or if they're being deceptional. Yeah. To be able to discern, to tell, which is crazy because you want to believe the best. You want to kind of want to believe the best, or the whole idea of judge not, which that's an interesting, judge not and all that kind of stuff. But we are supposed to discern, so we are supposed to that's why you have to take the whole Bible in context. You have to take the whole Bible to understand, to get the big picture on what's being said. And so we're not here to get into the judge not. I think we've already done that one. So clearly it's not saying not to judge. And so
I'll tell you, discernment is a word that for me, I used to be called gullible Gabe. I've told you that, and listener, that's what they used to call me. Some people at school. So I always hated that they called me that, because I was like, sorry for trusting people. My bad. But it's what I was, because I just kind of believed whatever someone told me. Well, then I come to find out we're supposed to be shrewd as serpents and use discernment and start to be able to call it out, recognize when someone's being deceitful and lying and stuff. And I mean, that was daunting to me. The thought that I was supposed to just look at someone and listen to them and know whether they were lying to me or not. You know, I was like, I'm not smart enough to do that. Like, how much knowledge would you have about the world around you and people's nature, their psychology, and all these different factors that go into play just to know if someone's telling the truth or not? And people are like, I can look you in the eye and tell you if you're lying to me. I'm like, oh, can you?
You know, if you think about it, we'd kind of just be a bunch of idiots if we just went around. Oh, okay, well, yeah, they say that. They say that this is true, and so therefore it must be true. I mean,
and I'm going to act on it.
People would think Christians are the biggest dummies on the planet. Like, oh yeah, hey man, can I get $10,000 from you? Because I'm about to go start this orphanage up in.
Not dummies, just gullible, man. I told you.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about the need for discernment, because we have this. Yeah. Idea that we should just believe and we should just love but you'd look like why should you want to be a Christian? And you're sitting there looking at these people are dumb. We can gaslight the heck out of them. They're just going to say, "Oh, okay."
It's a pretty simplistic approach to a Christian, but
no, but that's not what we're supposed to be. I'm thinking of so
funny though
in Acts 16. And it just came to mind, but it says Paul came also to Derbe and Lystra. A disciple was there named Timothy, the son of a Jewish woman who was a believer, but his father was a Greek. He was well spoken of. Let's see. Let me get to the been reached. Oh, where is it? Conversion of Lydia. Okay, I can't find it. There's Paul and Silas encounter a slave girl possessed by a spirit of divination who follows them through the street, and she's repeatedly announcing that they're servants of the Most High God who proclaim to you the way of the salvation. So she's just saying all this stuff that's truth, right?
Yeah.
But they discern. It says, rather than accepting this public endorsement, Paul becomes deeply troubled, commands the spirit to leave her in Jesus' name, which it does immediately in 16 through 18. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Verse 16, Acts chapter 16, verse 16. As we were going to the place of prayer, we were met by a slave girl who had a spirit of divination and brought her owners much gain for fortune telling. She followed Paul and us, crying out, "These men are servants of the Most High God, who proclaim to you the way of salvation." And this she kept doing for many days. So if you don't have discernment, I mean, you could just be walking around with cool, man, this person's getting it. You know, I mean, you really kind of, but Paul, it says, Paul, having become greatly annoyed, turned and said to the spirit, "I command you in the name of Jesus Christ, come out of her," and it came out that very hour. And her owners, got mad about it and all this because she was, telling prophecies and whatever, or doing fortune telling and all this stuff, making them a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so, but Paul, that's discernment, sensing that, man, this is for God or this is not for God.
So yeah, I'll give you another one. What about Jesus and Peter?
Yeah.
You know the one I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
Get thee behind me.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's discernment.
That's some pretty heavy.
I mean, it is.
It's important.
It's kind of crazy.
I like it because I was thinking about the fruits of the Spirit the other day, and I was just going, it's in my mind, I've always thought you need to have them.
All right.
But the Bible's clear. These are the fruits that will follow those who are saved. So it's like, this isn't like you're running around trying to have the fruits. If you're a Christian, right, these fruits will show.
Yeah.
And in this way, discernment too, I'm like, I think it comes with staying close to the Lord and recognizing deception whenever it shows its face to you. And it's important that you be able to recognize that, because it seems like it's pretty clear that deception's obviously a sin.
Yeah.
And you need to recognize it when it happens. Like Dad used to tell us, well, oh, I heard you did this and that bad thing. And we're like, how'd you know? And he says, the little birdie told me. All right, Dad. But he knew. It was good to call out what we did wrong. And he was always 2 steps ahead of us, whether someone told him or he just knew. Because like with my kids, sometimes no one told me nothing. I just know they're lying. I can tell when they're lying.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Sometimes they get away with it, but I've called them out many times and they're just less and less good at lying. It doesn't work anymore. And it's important.
It's a crazy thing. I mean, it's a crazy thing to think of that you're not telling the truth. You know, I mean, and whether you say it to them or not, or, whether you keep it to yourself and you just stay aware. Mm-hmm. But having wisdom, having the discernment, the Proverbs is all about seek wisdom, seek discernment, right? Mm-hmm. Seek knowledge, like do these things. We should be able to get those things.
Yes.
And,
yes,
and that's why I wanted to, we talked about wisdom last week. And so that's why I thought, let's get into it. I mean, everybody knows what knowledge is, so that one's pretty easy. But what discernment looks like and how and when, is it something that you automatically get when you get saved? Like, now I've got discernment because the Holy Spirit's with me, so I've got it.
No,
I have a scripture. Yeah. I have a scripture to back that up. Yeah. I mean, it would kind of seem like it, and I'm sure the Holy Spirit can help you discern in moments, maybe beyond your spiritual maturity, beyond your level of spiritual maturity. And
that goes back to what we were talking about the other day. Do you have wisdom, or does God give it to you in the moment? Do you have discernment, or does God give it to you in the moment?
Yeah. Well,
what does the scripture say?
So Hebrews chapter 5, verse 14 says, solid food is for the mature. So it goes into talking about the mature, for those who have their powers of discernment trained by constant practice to distinguish good from evil. So it gives a nice definition of discernment as well as helping you to understand, it's for the mature. It's for those who take the time to become. So if you decide, yeah, man, I'm a Christian, I'm good, I'm happy, I've got my fire insurance, and that's the level of your salvation, and you don't do the things to train yourself up.
Can I just say that fire insurance statement, dude, just
it's
takes
horrible.
Me off.
It's a scary place to be. Yeah.
I'm like, I hate that more than, I'm like, what is that even?
But you see Christians that are so deceived by these TV preachers. These TV preachers that come on and like I'll say, and this isn't to brag on myself at all, because I've been when I was younger, I was deceived by many a preacher. I just believed that, man, that guy says he's a man of God, and I heard a good sermon that he preached, and so awesome. Mm-hmm. And then the older I got, I started to notice, hey, man, some of the things he says are kind of funky, and I don't see that lining up with Scripture, or I don't think he's using that Scripture right, or even something about his spirit doesn't sit well with me when I listen to him anymore, whereas I used to be. And that speaks to the idea of discernment trained, have their powers of discernment trained by constant practice to distinguish good from evil. Well, how do you do that? You spend time in the Word. It always comes back to spending time in the Word, prayer, constantly. Do everything you do to the glory of God. Like you're walking in a constant state, or that's your goal at least. Yeah. So you're training yourself through discipleship, getting involved with the church, having conversations like this. But as time went on, and I'm going to go ahead and throw a name out there because this one's fallen by the wayside for sure, but this is just one name, Robert Morris. So when I first heard him preach, in fact, people that have fallen can have spoken truths that still ring true to this day. And so he did one of the greatest sermons on sharing the gospel that I ever heard, and had one of the coolest analogies at the end of it. And I think this was the first. It was either that or Old Fences, but I think this was the first message, either first or second message I ever heard him preach. And he said, at the end of the service of sharing the gospel, he said, now Christians are always questioning whether or not they feel led to share the gospel. And he said, so I want you to do something. He said, I want you to look under your seat, and there's a little fisher weight, a little fly, which is made out of lead to weight the fishing line, right? You tie it to the fishing line, it weighs it down when you throw it out there and catch the fish. And he said, so I want you to take this little piece of lead, I want you to stick it in your pocket, and anytime you're questioning whether or not you feel led to share the gospel, I want you to put your hand in your pocket, feel led, and go witness. One of the best analogies, and the whole idea was there's never a time that you're not
always
led. Always you're led.
It's and the Great Commission.
This dude, who I don't have anything for, I pray for his salvation. I don't believe he's saved, but I pray for his salvation, and I pray that he changes and repents and finds God in ways that he never. But it doesn't mean he didn't speak truth before. But look, earlier on when I heard him preach, he was probably my favorite preacher. Read his book, The Blessed Life, and it was all about, give and you're going to be rich, basically. And
so to the end of discernment, right? I'm trying to keep with you. What is that? You did what? How does that all connect with discernment?
Well, the older I got, the more I long before any of this came out, stuff wasn't sitting right in my spirit. I started thinking, man.
Well, that's some of
the stuff he's saying, though, like his focus is more on gifts and more on finances, all this kind of stuff, than it is on the gospel.
So you'd say that if someone starts focusing on one specific aspect of the Bible as opposed to the entire thing, would you say that would be a way to start practicing? I
would say it should give you cause to pause. I love the phrase cause to pause. It should give you cause to pause. At least take a step back and say, hey man, is this somebody that deserves to pour into my life, into my spiritual life?
It seems like it's easy if they're money driven. Like, if there's too much money, too much money talk. Like what? And so that would be another thing is like if you know somebody for a long period of time versus someone just comes up to you that you just meet. If you know someone for a long period of time, you don't have to discern them much, do you? Because you already do. You know their ins and outs. You already know them personally. So discernment we could say is like comes with when you just been around somebody or some business or something in the near past, like for the last few weeks or something, trying to discern them, like. Because you would know people that are going to lie to you after you've known them for like 10 years, right?
Yeah, well, for the most part. But I mean, again, I'd been listening to Robert Morris for probably 15 years.
So that'd be the exception
before I started to. I think it's a general rule of thumb. I think you're right. I mean, I think in general you're right.
Situation.
But not always. Like you can't always think because people fall.
I know.
But
are we talking about the exception? Like I hate focusing on the exception of the rule. To offer something here, would we say discernment helps mostly with new scenarios? Or do you say no?
I think discernment should be trained up and ready at a moment's notice. I mean, look, I think when it comes to, you should be able to discern if your brother or your sister's stumbling. You should be able to use discernment in those matters. Hey man, something's not right. I'm just discerning something's not right. And that, that's a good way to use the gift to help your brother or sister to stay on track. Hey, you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm feeling like something's not off, and that maybe you can save them from falling before it happens. Discerning that.
Does that happen?
Man, he kind of stared at that woman for a little bit.
Barometer each other here. Do you feel like you use discernment much? A lot, a little?
I'd say maybe mid.
That's pretty good.
Maybe. I mean, I don't feel like probably not as much as I should, but I mean a little bit, because I am big into don't stick your head in the sand. I do think you should be aware of what's going on in the world so that you're better. And for that reason, not because it brings me peace, certainly not, but so that I'm able to be aware and to recognize things more that are off when I see them. Mm-hmm. And so that's why, don't go the full route and become addicted. And that's different. That's putting it on a pedestal and idolize it and all that junk. But I do think I could be better at it and should be better at it. And because it talks about trained by constant practice in Hebrews chapter 5. So, yeah. What about you?
Man, golly, one, I'm going to preface it with saying that, do I need discernment very often? I don't feel like I need it very often, because I'm pretty much surrounded by people that I've already vetted. So it doesn't seem like it comes up very often to me. But in the cases that it does, I feel like I'm more of a maybe 20% good at it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a strong suit unless somebody's like blatant and just directly like goes against things that the Bible talks about. If they are very, very, for lack of the better term, satanic or worldly, I'm like, I could spy you a very good distance away. But for people who are kind of a little bit more versed in the ways of the Bible but aren't Christian, I feel like it's harder for me to get them right off the bat and go, because you know me, so I'm kind of a grace guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I kind of lean toward a lot of grace.
Yeah,
and I don't just look. I don't naturally gear towards seeing stuff like that.
So you think if that gal was following after you, saying these are servants of the Most High God and all that, you'd be like, yeah.
Honestly, on that one, I was thinking about it. I'd be like, look, thank you, goodbye. Yeah. You're kind of making it hard for me to talk. The Bible says
Paul cast out the spirit.
I know. I'm like, to me, I was thinking if they were doing the work and you got somebody like someone just like, if I go on a sales call, I kind of want to just do the talking. But if somebody's with me, they might do some talking that I didn't want them to do. Because I know what I'm saying, and you might say something. I'm pretty good at this. I'm gonna know where to speak some truth and when to interject this thought or that concept. But with that lady, I was like, if that lady was doing that to me, would I feel like, yeah, she's right? Or would I be like, thank you, but please stop doing that? Because you're kind of glorifying me, and I'm not here for that. I am here to tell people about Jesus, and you're pointing at me, and I'm going to need you to stop doing that right now.
It's interesting.
These guys are here to talk about Jesus. Yes, thank you. That's true. But you're talking about these guys and not Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. When you said that, I was like, ugh, that would have been
a little annoying.
Yeah, don't talk about me. I don't need that. It's already hard enough for me to keep my eyes off myself.
Paul becoming greatly annoyed.
Greatly annoyed. Yeah, he's like,
I'm done. I'm done.
Stop it.
I can't take it anymore.
I'm going to tie your shoelaces together and run away.
Kick rocks, lady. That's the Lord's work to do.
He's like, you know what? I'm casting this demon out.
I'm going to need you to not do that anymore.
That one was an interesting one.
She's done.
Only time in the Bible I've heard something like that.
You know, it's funny if somebody turned and did that to somebody else today. Can you imagine what everybody would say about that person? They turned and said, knock it off. You're speaking from a evil spirit. I cast that spirit out in the name of Jesus, and I'd probably make the news.
And then my natural
hate speech.
Like, I hope so.
Hate speech.
But yeah, it would.
Hate speech.
Probably like, dang, man. She was just talking nice.
I like Philippians 4 says, "It is my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, with not love, with knowledge and discernment."
Pretty high up there.
What's that look like? I mean, it doesn't just say, it could have just said, "It's my prayer that your love may abound more and more, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the." But he throws in with knowledge and discernment. Like, we're to love and to be aware. Why is it important to do so with knowledge? With knowledge of what and discernment? Like, what do you think he means by that?
About the knowledge part?
And discernment, yeah. Like love may abound more and more with knowledge and discernment. Why does he specify?
Because if you love someone, you do want them to go to heaven. Mm-hmm. And if they are doing evil and trying to do trickery and deception, that's not the path to heaven. Like, you don't want that for them. And so knowledge and discernment, I love that. I'm like, yeah.
Knowledge of where they stand and discernment of where their heart is.
Yeah.
And what does it say after that? So that you may approve what is excellent. So if we're to approve what is excellent, then what's that insinuate? We're to disapprove of falsehoods, lies.
Yep.
An evil heart.
Yeah.
We are to disapprove of these things. Approve what is excellent. And so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ. It's speaking to accountability.
Yeah.
Quite the formula to holding each other accountable. And that is speaking truth. You know, we people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be involved in politics." I would say you shouldn't be involved in politics for the wrong reason. If it's just to argue, if it's just to prove your side right, you know, if it's just to spread hate, do those types of things, you got a problem. You got a big problem. But if our love is to abound, if we apply this Philippians chapter 1, verses 9 and 10, if we're to abound in love more and more with knowledge and discernment, that's saying we're walking in love if we use knowledge and discernment to approve what is excellent. Say, yeah, this is right. This is truth. And this is lies over here. Mm-hmm. And anybody that follows these lies is on the wide path to hell. Mm-hmm. And that is the proper way to approach politics. What do you think about that?
Oh, man, when you say politics, all I hear is lies. Like, it's hard. It's funny to think about. I've never met any of these dudes except Greg Abbott. And I didn't actually even talk to him, really. Mm-hmm. I didn't talk to him at all. So all these politicians in our world, we get to know what they say, but, you know, they can get away with doing all sorts of stuff and saying all sorts of stuff. I hope Trump's doing a good job. I see a lot of stuff that I like. Mm. But in the realm of politics, God, dude, I'm like, seems like a Christian would be discerning a lot around them. Mm. Period.
Be helpful if we had more Christians in there that did act on discernment, and I think we do have some good ones in there. But when it comes to us, when it comes to the average everyday citizen, having an idea of what's going on so that you can be, you know, let's talk about abortion. It's a political conversation. You know, homosexual marriage, transgender, all these types of things, bathrooms, like all this kind of stuff. Having an idea, being ready with an answer to give a defense of the faith to say, hey, man, yeah, this isn't right. This isn't truth. This isn't, you think you're a woman, but you're not. God made you a man, and I'm not going to allow you to go into this bathroom with these women. It's not a hateful thing. It's not a this, but it is, I'm going to take a stand. And so those are kind of social, political conversations, stepping up and on the social side of things. I'm not talking about
that stuff seems pretty easy to me.
Yeah.
I don't have to discern that. I'm like, get out of that bathroom, sir, right now. Get out of there.
That's right.
Get out of there. I'll forcefully pull your butt out of there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care if you wear a dress.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of there, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You know where you belong. Stop it.
Yeah.
That one's easy for me.
Yeah. What's the danger, do you think, of not growing in discernment? Talks about growing in discernment.
I like that.
What's the danger of not?
Do you, the real question is like, do you want to be useful in this world or not?
Yeah.
Are you here to help anybody?
You think you can not be if you don't walk in discernment?
Not be what? Useful?
Helpful? Useful?
No.
Yeah.
No. But the question of do you want to be useful means the next thing should be how useful. If I can speak Spanish, which I'm working on learning that, if I can speak Spanish, can I not witness in Spanish? Yes, I can. That means I can witness to someone who's only a Spanish speaker now. So like, how much do you, how helpful do you want to be? How useful do you want to be for your time here on earth? And I think discernment, to say, hey, that guy over there is setting a trap for you over there. Or that girl is setting a trap for you. I think you should steer clear of that one. Or witness. She or he needs help. They're not showing the fruits of the Spirit, and they're actually showing some signs of following Satan and being in the world. Maybe a lot of signs, yeah. So the wiser you are in the discernment of things, yes, I think it's a good thing, and you can do a better job while you're here on earth. How much is one person receiving salvation worth? Obviously, an infinite amount, no measure. So, yeah, I like the idea that you should be however that works with growing wiser and being able to discern good from evil. You should be trying to do that. And for me personally, that means reading a lot of the Word and spending time in prayer and being iron sharpens iron, being around people who you believe follow God completely or to the best of their ability. And mostly, we'll just say that, mostly. Nobody's perfect.
Well, I think that's a great point, man. I mean, you're using this discernment to ultimately help lead people to Jesus, to the gospel, to the understanding that they have sinned, fallen short of the glory of God. And so that should be the mission. That should be the goal when you're seeking to use discernment, not just because you want to feel right and pat yourself on the back.
Oh, gosh.
Because you hope.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
Hope for their salvation. I like Proverbs 2:1-6, and I'll wrap my side up with this, and then if you have anything else to add. But it says, my son, if you receive my words and treasure up my commandments within you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding, yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it as hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. I like that, just an understanding. Comes knowledge and understanding. But cry out for it. If you raise your voice, if you call out for insight, raise your voice. I mean, you're going after it. You're seeking it. I got to understand better. We have to be deliberate. It's not just going to happen. It might on some lower levels, but the ones that really walk in this stuff, they pray for it. They seek it. Like, what did it say? Like, if you seek it like silver and search for it as hidden treasures, that's not just going to happen. If you wonder why you don't have very much discernment, very much understanding, very much knowledge. But it's because we're so distracted that we don't take the time to dig into the deeper truths of God, the understanding, to being able to see so that we can be better soldiers of Christ in the mission field, which is wherever we're at any point in the day.
That because wait till you're in the spot and you don't got no discernment. You wish you did. You should be seeking.
I can't get no discernment.
Yeah, or you ain't got no discernment.
That's right.
You ain't got none.
It's a problem.
Wait till you're in the spot and you need it. That's whoever's listening will say, yeah, boys. Yeah. I'm like, not yeah. Wait till you're there and you ain't got it. And you're in that spot and you wish, man, I wish I'd have read my Bible a little bit more. I wish I could help in this situation, but you can't. You can't because you didn't seek it. Yeah. You didn't prioritize it. You didn't think it mattered. And somebody lost big time.
Like somebody
lost out big time because you didn't do it.
It's no different than, say, you go to war and you ain't gonna, but you didn't want to spend time in boot camp. No, I don't. I'm busy, but I want to fight. I want to fight for my country. I'm in on that. I want to be a Navy SEAL. I want to go on these secret op missions, but I don't want to do it. I don't have time for all the training. Yeah. But I want to go into the deep, dark areas. What do you think's going to happen? Who's going first?
I heard this cool saying you're making me think of on one of these videos I watched, and the guy goes, yeah, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Yeah.
It's like,
what was that on?
One of these videos, these motivational videos I watch. Everybody wants to go to heaven. No one wants to die. Yeah. Everyone wants to see the view from the top of the mountain, but nobody wants to climb the mountain. Yeah. I love those. Those are great quotes, and it's true here. You got to really put in the work.
Yeah.
And I love it. When I walk through church, I see some people that I'm like, oh yeah, I see them serving sometimes. And I've said it before, they're like a little corporal. And then I see other people walking by and I'm like, oh, there goes a general. And I'm like, yeah, what do you want to,
They just walk different.
They walk in the Lord.
That's right.
Spend the time in service.
Yep.
Always humble. They know there's no room for pride here.
When they walk by.
In my heart, I do.
Yeah.
And if they ask me for anything, it doesn't happen much, but if someone needs anything, those ones need something from me. I'm like, I'll go do it right now. Yeah. You tell me what to do. Yeah. They are my general, man. I'd basically salute. Yeah. I know who they are.
Yeah. And do you have an image of somebody in your head right now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I figure you did. I do too.
Blake Clevenger.
Yeah.
This guy, man, he does everything. And he's got a heart for everybody, and he's good at directing, and he's got a heart for all, and he recognizes he's got great discernment. He's called people out on things in a very loving way. He's always loving, but I've also seen him get riled up. I've seen him frustrated. He didn't sin in it, but he was frustrated in some way some people did things.
I think that's fine.
I'm like, that guy's a general.
So did Paul.
Yeah.
I love it. He was greatly annoyed, it says.
Greatly annoyed. Said Paul.
I'm not annoyed. I'm a little annoyed. I'm greatly annoyed.
I loved it when you said it said annoyed.
Yes.
I love that it said that.
So funny.
I try to read every day in the Bible, and every now and then it'll say words that I thought were like common day words or whatever, and there they are. I'm like, oh, that is so funny. That is so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like a biblical word.
It doesn't, but what else could it be?
Paul was 100% human, just like we are.
He's the normal dude.
That's it.
So only just walked a lot with God.
Yes. A general, for sure.
God, just getting all sorts of more ideas.
Well.
But alas.
I
feel it.
I think
the time has come.
The time has come to say goodbye. Yeah, so man, pray for it. Seek it like silver. Seek it like treasure.
Like silver, yeah.
Call out for insight, man. Go get it, because
go after it.
This world we live in, we sure need it.
Yeah, you might need it.
Yeah,
you might need it at a very important moment.
Yeah, guaranteed. I guarantee you. You can take that to the bank. All right. No more thoughts?
I just told you I got a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. We'll just call it.
We'll call it.
Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel.
Amen. I know there's only two of us in here, but are you talking to me?